It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
Let's do a question from Jake. He says, I just got a relatively large raise at work. Congrats.
Nice.
And I think it puts me in around a 27 to 29% combined marginal tax rate. However, I am only 23. Ooh. Should I prioritize Roth 401k because of my age?
Okay, here's some things, Jake. I'm going to try to make this as concise as possible. When I ask people when they're asking me, should you do Roth contributions or traditional contributions, I say, hey, we have to go. Unfortunately, we don't have the DeLorean that goes in the future, so we have to make some assumptions. Mm-hmm. Do you think your tax rates will be higher in retirement or lower in retirement? That can come from two factors. It can come from, has the government going to raise rates on everybody just because they have to fund more stuff? That's some pressure we're facing. Or is there a chance that your retirement rate, your tax rates will be lower in retirement because actually you're making a lot less money, because you get in those peak earning years in your 40s and 50s, and then you retire, so you watch your income taxes go way down. So you kind of need to take inventory. You're unique in the fact that you're 23. Mm-hmm. So I think somebody who's 23, who's making enough money to be in the 27 to 29% effective rate as you were kind of describing yourself, you probably, the 45 to 50-year-old version of yourself might even be in the 37, 39.6, wherever we are.
That's perfect.
I mean, you're probably going to be, and plus you're 23. And if you go to moneyguy.com/resources and go download our free money multiplier and you see what $1 for a 23-year-old can become, you're like, it'd be pretty cool if that was tax-free. Mm-hmm. So, Jake, there's a lot of variables. I don't know you. I don't know what you have going on. But if you were pontificating on the future, I would say there's going to be a lot that falls into that left side of the column that says, yeah, I like the Roth. Roth is looking pretty good for somebody who's 23, already in a higher tax bracket, probably headed higher. Take advantage of those tax-free dollars is where I would think you're probably going to land when you do your due diligence.
All right, so let me think through that. Yes, I love it. I love everything about what you said, and I would agree. And I think most likely because at 23 you are going to be in those higher tax brackets, and your future higher tax bracket self will save you. The only thing that I would say could swing the pendulum that I would think about is if you're maxing out your 401k. Now, this does not say if you're just putting some into your Roth 401k or if you're maxing out. But I just did some really quick math. And if you can do the full $20,500 into your 401k, and if you were able to do that in the pre-tax fashion, and I just multiplied it by 30% because that was easy math, your tax savings would be about $6,000 a year, a little over that, $6,150. Well, the tax savings alone might provide you enough money to where you could then go do a backdoor Roth or maybe a direct Roth contribution if your income is not over that limit. So if doing the pre-tax puts you in a position where it actually allows you to save more dollars, I would consider that, because then you're actually saving $26,000 per year as opposed to just $20,000 tax-free. Again, I still think that the Roth is probably going to make the most sense, and I would encourage you max that out and also do a backdoor Roth, do all of the above and all Roth. But it's one of the things that I would weigh into the conversation to see if that tax savings allows you to do more saving than you would be able to do otherwise.
Now, devil's advocate, this is only probably possible if you live in your parents' basement. But if you
23, there's a good chance.
But here's the thing. But no, because but if you could, because the same thing, you could, instead of doing traditional 401k, you could do Roth 401k, and if somebody is like that, still has enough money, they could still do a Roth or a backdoor Roth.
Yep.
I mean, but you still would be foregoing the $6,000, and I think that's why the key point of what you shared, Bo, is that probably you do get to a point of cash flow. I mean, we've all been there in our 20s. Yep. It just seems like, Jake, you're way ahead of the curve on this, but we all, because you have life, and that's what I would encourage. I tell everybody, I want you saving very heartily. I want you to prioritize it, but I also want to make sure, because this is when we do any type of content, whether it's fire content or others, because I've had to talk to Bo about this, financial mutants are naturally achievers.
Yep.
If you're already doing 25% of your gross income, I want you to, because I love prioritizing the investing because I know how powerful and the multiplier effect of what time will turn it into. But I do want to make sure you don't get to be in your 30s, 40s, or even 50s and go, what was I doing
Yeah.
in my 20s?
Why
I have
didn't I
no
enjoy it?
memories.
Yeah.
I ate ramen every night. I ate 3 boxes of cereal every 3 days like Bo. He didn't see me point to him as I said that. But it is one of those things where I want to make sure you do each stage of your life, because you're going to get to be an older, sentimental side of yourself where you will, part of the enjoyment of what creates fulfillment is looking at your journey and knowing you did the best version of yourself and you balance out the life plus the discipline to get the perfection of, there's no perfection, but the fulfillment and happiness of doing a job well done. So Jake, just make sure you're balancing that too. It's not that I don't want you saving, but just understand the why and what you're building it for needs to come into account as well.